From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is Chieeeeeeeefs Field at Arrowhead Stadium. The ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And we're underway from Kansas City. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
First down throw, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Motioning the tight end now. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He has the first over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the shotgun to give to Swift. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Mahomes to throw for it. He finds him beyond the marker. Touchdown, Kansas City. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's Thompson. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To throw, Thompson. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Galloping inside the 40. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds his fullback. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. Has room into the secondary. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pull out in front further, 13-zip. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
To the air, 3rd and long. Brought in right side by Moore. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. Our score, 14-0. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Ooh, and this is a worm burner. He didn't hit this one well. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call it 32 yards on the punt. And they're going to take over possession. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Into the hands of Olave. They get 40 on the big hitter. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you totally flip the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back to the well again. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks, and I'm looking for that to be called again.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Did this defense ever need that or what? Just a step in some kind of right direction. Hopefully now they can build on that sack and claw their way back from this pretty slow start.
The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They'll try to run with Swift. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 20-zip lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21. Butker on now to kick this one away. He doesn't like what he sees, so a touchback. They're going to begin at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Thompson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Second and 10 now. Looking right, and he finds, they get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. They send the tight end in motion. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Thompson to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
This one misses the tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Hits his tight end on the corner route. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
And the pass is the right call on the 2-point try, but we've got laundry on the field, so let's listen. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Another shot at this extra point here. Extra distance, no problem for him as his kick is good. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. Broke through the tackle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. He lofts it deep left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs make it a 3-possession game. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21. Butker on now to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 11. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
3 yards to pick up that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Second down now, 7 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. We've got a screen to the running back. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brandon Jones up for the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's brought down for a loss. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Here's Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Butker to try the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Chiefs grow their lead yet again. Butker on now to kick this one away. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He can run it. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Handoff now from the gun. And he's tackled for a short gain. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. This time it's a passing play. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Chiefs make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewan with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Butker on now to kick this one away. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's loaded another one up. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
2nd and 3 now. Here's the handoff. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. A give now from the gun. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second and 8. Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Oh, I love this. Giving it to the big guy on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
They're now set for 1st and 10. To the air, Mahomes. Olave with the catch. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. This is complete to Olave. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Up and good from Blankenship. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Chooses to bring this one out. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on him. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
He's going to push one deep down there, and they pick him off again. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, just when you think things can't get any worse, Brock, I am not sure what you call it, because I don't think I've ever called it 4 straight drives ending in an interception.
Oh, as a former QB, Kate, I know exactly what to call this. A nightmare! 4 pick games are a rarity, and you never see it happen on consecutive drives. And at this point, listen, hey, offense coordinator, play caller, run the ball. And I mean run the ball.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. The tight end going in motion right. The give here on 2nd. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down. First throw for the backup now. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that brings up 4th and short.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. He finds him beyond the marker. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Up and good from Blankenship. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
First and 10 now from the 30. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
It's caught, McLaughlin. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Chiefs in a nickel set for this 3rd down call. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Chiefs football, and they've got to feel pretty good about this score entering the fourth. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hand off to the back. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there, so consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Here's a give up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard on the run. That's going to set up 4th and 7. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
This running back has had himself a day, but not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
Brought in right side. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. 30. Gets the 10. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos making the scoreboard look a touch better. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
And the Broncos offense isn't leaving the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2. He's throwing for it. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. Man, Brock, even when they score, things just aren't going their way. The 2-point try fails following that touchdown, and that really encapsulates how this contest has gone for them.
They're just not able to stay out of their own way sometimes. Get a little momentum, immediately give away a chunk of it. It does prove, though, from here on out, they're going to take whatever shot they got.
And the Chiefs cover off the kick. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He throws a bullet to the center of the... It's complete! Oh, my! They left him wide open downfield. Butker to try the point after. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Chiefs continue piling onto this lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Offense in the hurry up here. They give it to him again. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
And They bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Back to the well again. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Thompson now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
2nd and 10 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Throwing now, Thompson. Avoid some trouble there. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another carry for him. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They'll run for this, and he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Hey, way to make a play! Lining up to take a knee on second down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Well, no louder place in Missouri or Kansas right now as the Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from